Container homes became popular because there are so many shipping containers that are readily available at a low cost. It's easy to order an old and used shipping container to be delivered, and it can be a fun project for people who love DIY projects. What if we could expand on the idea of a modular shipping container home and create one with an integrated greenhouse where we can grow produce, flowers, and trees all year? I'm Tim Ung, and this is the design of the shipping container greenhouse home. This container home is located in a secluded rural area and has a 700 square foot living area made up of 3 shipping containers. 2 of them are the largest standard sizes and one is half the length, which is located at the front entrance of the home. They're organized in a horseshoe shape where the 2 longer shipping containers are attached to the ends of the shorter one. This creates a nice 700 square foot garden space at the center that's enclosed on all 3 sides. I use this as a design opportunity to put a greenhouse over the central space that spans the full length of the house and creates a beautiful, open 2-story space. There's a stair that leads up to the mezzanine with access to the rooftop of the 2 wings of the home that each has a roof garden. To get to the container home, there's a private road through the forest that leads to a driveway and garage where family and visitors can park. From here, we can see that the container home is a combination of readily available building components like the 3 shipping containers that are used as the base and foundation of the house to the aluminum framed greenhouse above it and a laminated timber structure that supports the entire greenhouse. A subtle design decision for the exterior of the house was to paint the shorter shipping container a different color than the longer ones on the sides. The shorter container is a dark gray while the longer ones are a dark blue. As we make our way around the house, you can see that the greenhouse has multiple doors on the second floor that can be opened to let in fresh air. They each have a limiter that prevents the doors from opening too wide to protect people from falling down. An alternate method is to build a railing at the second floor doors. These doors bring in lots of natural air and helps ventilate the greenhouse in the warmer parts of the season. There are also automatic skylights at the ridge of the roof that can be opened by pushing a button. This creates a natural stack ventilation where the warmer air rises up and out of the roof and pulls cooler air into the space from the doors. To enter the home, we can use the main entrance where there's a coat closet, benches for putting on or taking off shoes, and access to the utility room. Directly ahead, there are 2 large sliding doors that lead into the greenhouse space, which could be left open all year. Once we enter the greenhouse, there's a large kitchen on the right with plenty of space for prepping and storing all of the produce and herbs from the garden. It has natural wood base cabinets under the countertop and central island, a black quartz countertop with white veins that turns down at the island into a waterfall edge, floating shelves at the stove along the wall, and seating for 3 people. The kitchen is centrally located so that everyone has access to it, but this also simplifies the process of harvesting veggies, fruits, and herbs from the garden, bringing it to the kitchen island and washing them in the sink. Throughout the greenhouse space, you can see that it's completely open horizontally and vertically, which makes you feel like you're outside. The cross-laminated timber columns and beams adds to the aesthetic of the space by being a representation of taller trees outside. It spans the full height of the greenhouse where it connects to beams that support the entire greenhouse. This also creates opportunities for the family to expand and add more space at the second floor. The beams are a great place to install pendant lights, ceiling fans, or flooring for extra storage or rooms. If the space gets too much sun, you can also install automatic blinds at the roof and second floor that can be automatically lowered to reduce the amount of sunlight. As we continue walking through the greenhouse, there's a stair on the left that leads to the mezzanine, a planting area, and a living room by the doors leading out to the backyard. The garden gets larger towards the back of the home so that produce and fruit trees can be planted and have space to grow. As the trees get taller and their branches expand into the greenhouse space, it'll shade more of the interior areas, which will keep the living room and kitchen cool in the warmer seasons. If we take the stairs up to the mezzanine, there's a beautiful view through the greenhouse. It's set up with a garden station for starting plants that can be brought to the roof garden at the beginning of the planting season. The mezzanine can be used for any other purposes like a lounge or gym area. It leads out to the roof garden on either side where you can enjoy beautiful views of the forest or beyond a cliff at the back of the home. During warmer days, you would head to the roof garden where you can unlock and open each of the doors to ventilate the greenhouse. At the living room, there's a large comfortable sectional sofa where family and friends can go to sit and watch a movie on the wall-mounted TV. It's an interesting space because it's surrounded by plants and trees, which makes it feel like you're sitting on a sofa in a forest. During the winter when it's snowing outside, you can see the benefits of having a greenhouse home where everything is alive and well inside while the exterior is full of cold snow and empty trees. The kitchen and living room are located in the greenhouse because it's difficult to fit every space within the containers. Most shipping containers are just a little over 8 feet wide, and after you insulate and build out the walls, it'll reduce the overall width inside to the point where it's difficult to create shared and private spaces. This container house separates the 2 bedrooms by placing them at either ends of the longer shipping containers. There's a door that leads to the vestibule area within the longer shipping containers. It leads to a full bathroom where you can go to freshen up in the mornings or before bed. There's another door that leads to the private bedroom. There's enough space for a full bed and a closet for clothes and storing seasonal items. And that's the design of the greenhouse container home. I hope you enjoyed this project and consider subscribing for more architecture design ideas like this one.